Hey, church, today's February 12th. That means we're on Acts chapter 12. And it starts out with King Herod, the same King Herod that tried to kill Jesus when he was born. He kills James, the brother of John. And we see that it pleased the Jews. All the Jews around were happy. And so it gave the king a little bit more power, and he imprisoned Peter. Because it was the Feast of the Unleavened Bread, he couldn't kill him. He had to wait. And so he put him in jail for a few days, and then after the festival and the celebration was over, he would have killed him too. But at this time, we see that something happens, and an angel comes. And before the angel comes, it says that he was bound to two guards, one on each side of him. Then he had several guards in his cell. He had several guards at every kind of jail cell. But what happens was an angel comes and gets him out of jail. Now, we don't know how he did this. Of course, it's a miracle. But we see that somehow he got out of there without detecting any guards, without anything happening. And so Peter makes his way to John's mom's house. Now, there would have been a lot of Jews there. Of course, a lot of the apostles would have been there. And they're praying for Peter in prison. And we see there that he gets in and everybody's really excited, and he tells them to quiet down. And he tells them what happened, that this angel let him free and it is of God's will. So he tells them the story, and we see that he leaves. Now also, while this is going on, the festival's over and the King Herod goes down to the jail, and all of a sudden he notices that Peter's not there. So he has all the guards look around and nobody could find Peter, and so King Herod kills every guard that was in that prison. He was so mad, so furious, that he just kills everybody. Now during this time, because King Herod's so mad, he actually leaves the city and he goes away. And so what happens was the people, after some time, come to him and say, we need peace, because it was the king's job to keep peace and to also feed the city. And so the king goes to sit on his throne to give this oracle, this kind of statement of saying how he's going to take care of them. And at this time, they start chanting, we want to hear from God, not from a man. We want to hear from God, not from a man. And it tells us that an angel came down and killed him. It killed him. It says he was eaten with worms, probably some intestinal kind of nastiness going on there. But that happens. During this, all the word of God, and it increases. It starts to go out because King Herod's dead. Now all these Christians now have even better stories to tell of Peter in jail. The angel came to see him. At this time, we also see Barnabas and Saul, who we read last night. They return to come back, and now they kind of meet up. And so they're kind of all here with the gospel now spreading not only to the Jews, the Gentiles, but now even over the church is kind of overcoming governments and powers. So the church is really kind of starting to kind of boom really quick. Now today's church prayer focus is be praying for the growth of First Baptist Church, for our Sunday morning attendance, for our spiritual growth, for the number of conversions and baptisms. It's not all about numbers, but number tells us that we're doing something right. And we want to see people coming to Jesus. We want to see the baptism water stirred. We want to see people enjoying and worshiping God. Also, be praying for increased finances. With the more that we're reaching out to their community, as much as Acts, this reading of Acts is going to move us and spur us on to grow as it did the church. All ministry costs money. It's not always about money. God will provide, but be praying for generosity and wise stewardship of the church and of us as we give to the ministry. Guys, I'm so glad we're doing this, and I'm looking forward to day 13. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.